morning and hello. It is actually morning. It's 11:43. Still counts as AM. I've actually been up for a couple of hours. I went to bed kind of early last night for the first time in a long time because I had a really draining day yesterday, which is why I did not actually update you guys. I had a doctor's appointment that I've been trying to make for a very long time to treat my endometriosis, to finally get that under control. And the way that you do that is most of the time is either by getting a hysterectomy. There's a few other like minor things that you can do, like ablations, or getting on birth control. But if you guys have followed me for any amount of time and you know me personally, you will know that I would rather deal with whatever's happening than take any kind of medicine. And I didn't used to be like that. I actually was on birth control for like 6 or 7 years, and it just really, I don't know, it was like normal then, but for some reason now I like really struggle with it. So I finally went to the doctor's appointment and I took my medicine yesterday, my birth control, and neither one of them gave me a panic attack, which I'm really freaking proud of because literally everything at this point gives me a panic attack. But I was so sick on my way there, just like thinking about it, that I was like literally making myself physically ill. But my husband went with me and that was nice, but I didn't even need him to like go in the room with me. It was totally fine. But yeah, today is day 2 of this vlog. Day 1 was a complete bust because I didn't have a panic attack, but I of course like kind of worked myself into a panic, but not a panic attack. I know a lot of you guys probably can relate to that, where you don't have a full panic attack, but you feel kind of on edge all day and like kind of nervous all day. And that was yesterday, so I didn't want to vlog that. I honestly just worked on stuff. I filmed yesterday. You know, just like hung out with my husband and just like read and stuff, which gets me into this update for reading. I watched a lot of YouTube videos yesterday as well. That was like most of what I did. I just wanted to watch videos and like relax, and it's very, I don't know, it just like cathartic? What's that freaking word? You know what I'm saying? It like calmed me down. So I just had like a really relaxed day, but I did get to read a little bit. I'm on page 135 of Annihilation. I don't know the last time I actually read this book, but I'm hoping to finish it either today or tomorrow. My schedule this week is really messed up. I actually usually don't work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because I'm able to get 40 hours in the 4 days like the rest of the week. So I don't work those days, but I actually work tomorrow, and somebody went on vacation, so I'm picking up the slack for that, and I'm really kind of stressed out about it because I'm used to having 3 days off to like get done when I need to get done and to like decompress and relax. So that is stressful. So I decided I was gonna wait, but I decided to do it now. I am reading Orange and I'm really liking it. I kind of talked about it before, but it follows Nahu, who is a 11th grader. I think she's like 16 in the book, but she starts her first day of the 11th grade and she's late for it, and there's like a letter waiting for her on her way to school, and she's like sitting in class and she reads it, and it's talking about, it's from the future, from herself 10 years in the future, and it talks about this boy who's going to be transferring into their school and how she needs to like protect him and keep him safe and like kind of bring him into their friend group. And I think it's really cool. My husband has seen the entire anime and he really liked it, so I'm excited to read this. And this is massive, by the way. This is like 400 and some pages, so I'm really excited to read it though. It's like super easy to read and it's a lot of fun. I really like reading manga for that reason. But that's gonna be my update for now because I need to clean my office, take a shower, get ready. I've been so stressed out that I don't know, it's like a common thing, but people with like depression and anxiety, they have a lot of trouble like taking care of themselves. So I haven't been eating the best. I haven't washed my hair in like 4 or 5 days, which isn't that uncommon for me. Honestly, I kind of like wait a really long time to wash my hair, but I just want to like get really clean and like take a nice hot shower and like just, you know, clean my office and make my space nice and clean and you know, just feel better, I guess, like put more time and effort into myself and feel better. I always preach that. I'm always like, that's very important, but for some reason I struggle with it sometimes. But I'm gonna clean up the mess that is my office currently. It's not that bad, but it's bad enough that it's bugging me. And then my husband and I are gonna go out and do some stuff today, and I'm really excited about it because we're going to go to some Goodwills. I have a lot of clothes that I need to drop off. I kind of decluttered a bunch of clothes that I used to own that I don't own anymore, but we're gonna go do that and then maybe go shopping for some books while we're there at the Goodwill. And then I am going to come home and just kind of clean and relax and read and just kind of set myself up for the week, I guess. But that'll be my update for now. Hopefully I'll have more updates for you guys a little bit later. If not, I will check in with you tomorrow. Hello, it is 11 o'clock and I am getting ready to lay back down and read a little bit more. Since I updated you guys earlier, we went to Goodwill. I did get a new book. I don't often shop at Goodwill. Like, I don't often go there to like pick up books or anything because I know I would just buy like literally every book because it would be like $2. But I had to drop off some clothes because, like I mentioned earlier, I did purge my closet and get rid of a bunch of clothes that were like not bad per se, but like they were either like pilling or they were good enough to keep wearing, but I knew I wasn't going to keep wearing them, so I wanted to donate them so somebody could get use out of them. But I did end up getting a book while I was there. This is a book that was donated from our library, and that'd be The Woman in Cabin 10. I've heard a lot about this. I've never read anything by Ruth Ware before, but I'm excited to read this, and I'm really excited to have this. It was $2. It was previously a library book, so it did have the plastic cover on it that I had to take off, and it did ruin the inside of the jacket, but I'm not worried about it, honestly. Like, I have no problem with used books. And then we came home and I cleaned a little bit and then I took a nap for like 2.5 hours because apparently I was really tired. So right now I'm getting ready to lay back down, read a little bit more, watch something on TV on the couch or something, but I'm going to cut today off here and just relax for the rest of the day. But I will update you guys tomorrow morning because the 2 books that I'm reading, hopefully by then I will have finished. Hello, it is Wednesday. It is a day that I don't normally work, so I'm feeling really strange. I'm having a really off kind of week because I don't normally work on Wednesdays and I started new medicine, but in my defense, I'm actually reacting to the medicine pretty well. I'm only having headaches. I'm not having anything like serious happen, but when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, another day off, I can do whatever. No, I have to go into work. I completely forgot. I make my own schedule and I still forgot. What the hell is wrong with me? But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys because I didn't get to... I told you last night I was going to try to check in with you this morning about what I thought of the end of Annihilation, and I did finish it this morning, and so I want to sit down and talk to you guys about what I thought of it. So, talking about the bad first, because it's not the worst book I've ever read. I did not like the narrator. I do not like the main character. You don't know her freaking name. She's just called the biologist. There's an anthropologist, a surveyor, a psychologist, and the biologist, our narrator. I did not like things from her perspective. She is incredibly disconnected as a person. She's disconnected from her husband, from her job, from other people. So when you're reading the story, she's kind of disconnected in a way from you as well. But I do like hearing more about how she is, who she is, like what makes her, you know, kind of interested in stuff. Like they talk about when she's a young girl and how she kind of gets into biology. And I liked that. And I definitely sort of to an extent identify with wanting to, or with finding more peace, I guess, in being away from everything, being away from people. There's points in this book when she kind of like leaves her husband when they're doing flashbacks and she goes to like abandoned parking lots and stuff like that. So I didn't really necessarily like how disconnected she was. So because of that, it made the story kind of drag on a little bit. It made it feel kind of like maybe this could have been a bigger novel. Maybe this could have benefited from having multiple points of view. Now, the way it is written, I believe it's definitely one of those books that either you really like the way it's written or you really don't. I think it's like definitely like a preference kind of thing because it is not written badly by any means. It's written very well. The dialogue that they have is written very well. Her internal thoughts are written very well. I think it just needs, for me, to be a multiple point of view book and perhaps longer. So it did drag a little bit and I don't like the main character. But getting into things I did like. I did end up giving this is probably closer to a 3.5, but I ended up giving it a 3 because I do really like learning about Area X. I think it's so cool. And the further along you get in the book, like things really start kicking off at about halfway. A lot of crazy things start happening. I mean, pretty much from the beginning, you kind of get a little bit spooked about what's really going on. They do start turning on each other. Some things that aren't supposed to be happening start happening. And I really liked that. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know what's going to happen. And even though I gave this a 3, I'm definitely going to pick up the rest of them because it was super enjoyable. Like, her perspective may suck, but I think that the story itself is so intriguing. I want to know what happened to the other expeditions. I want to know what else is in Area X. Like, I want to know everything. And You meet a character later on who I'm not going to go too in depth in, but they call him the Crawler. Sorry, my phone decided to overheat, so you know it's hot. It's 82 degrees out. Like I was saying, then you get to meet the Crawler, who I'm not really going to talk about, but he's a character that I really want to know more information about. There's just so much about this world that I'm excited to see kind of where it goes. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my air conditioning, but it's really hot, so I have to have the air conditioning on. And then I am also currently reading Orange. But this follows our main character. She is starting the 11th grade, but she actually sleeps through her alarm for the first time ever. And she receives a letter from herself 10 years in the future. I think I've kind of already talked about this, but so far I'm really liking it. It seems more slice of life, which I don't normally like, but it's also kind of not at the same time. It's both slice of life and not, which I think is really interesting. But I'm liking all the characters. I think the characters are really interesting, especially the character that she's supposed to protect. So we'll see where that goes. But then I'm also reading Vicious by V. Schwab. You guys have heard me speak about this. This is our Hyper Not book. If you guys want to follow along, the Goodreads group as well as my moderators' Instagrams are down below, and you can always speak to them about it as well, and me. Obviously my Instagram is open. I'm trying to set aside time every night or every once a week, twice a week to respond to the Goodreads group as well. So if you have any thoughts that you want to put in there, please do. But this follows Victor and Eli. They are senior college students, and they are doing experiments on people essentially to see if under enough pressure, under enough trauma, they are able to develop extraordinary abilities. Victor goes away to jail, to prison, breaks out 10 years later and hunts down Eli. I don't know a whole lot about this except everyone I know absolutely loved it. The only negative thing I've heard about this is people say this is supposed to be all about villains, but from what I've heard, it's more about morally gray characters, which doesn't necessarily upset me because I love morally gray characters. They are my favorite other than anti-heroes, so I'm okay with that. And then, of course, I'm going to be reading a book in between. I am reading Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. This follows our main character, Lydia. Well, it more so follows her family. This takes place in 1970 in a really small town in Ohio, which is kind of interesting because I'm from Ohio, so I wonder where this takes place in. I think I've heard that the author is actually from the town that she writes about. Could be wrong about that. But she lives in a traditionally Chinese-American family where they want her to become a doctor, a lawyer, you know, something, an opportunity that they didn't necessarily have. But Lydia is actually found dead. And I thought that was really cool. I don't know a whole lot about this other than it's kind of like thriller fiction. It's definitely an adult book, but I'm really excited to read it because I'm trying to break out of the genres that I normally read. And this will be a good start. If you have any other recommendations, I know she also wrote Little Fires Everywhere, which I've been wanting to read for a really long time, but if you have any other recommendations along the same vein, please let me know down below. I'd be super interested in that. But that's going to be it for this update. I've actually filmed this like 4 times. One time it just didn't film at all. One time my camera was facing the wrong way, and the other time my camera reheated. So I am going to get out what I can, and hopefully this translates well, but I will try to update you guys tonight when I get home. I do have a lot that I need to do. I need to edit a video for Friday because I won't have time on Thursday after work, so I might not be able to update you, but hopefully I can. But I will see you guys hopefully tonight. If not, I will check in tomorrow morning. Hello and good morning. It is Thursday and I got up and I'm feeling really accomplished. I went home last night. I wrote a bunch of blog posts, which is why I didn't update you guys, and I sat down and I did all of that. I think I wrote 3 of them, and you can find those on my website. But I was gonna edit my video and then was just like, you know what, I don't want to edit my video. I want to go to bed. I was so tired. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm feeling just really sleepy. I'm not getting sleep. I'm getting plenty of sleep, but I don't know, I'm still really tired. It's probably just stress. I don't know if you guys get like that. I get really tired when I get really stressed out. But I got up super early today. I got up a couple hours before my alarm. My alarm was set for 12:30. I think I got up around 10:30-ish. So I did get that video edited and uploaded. By the time you guys see this, that'll already be up. It's what's on my Kindle. I actually don't like how that video turned out. I don't really know a whole lot about the books that I have on my Kindle, so it looks like I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm kind of disappointed with the way it looked, but I put a lot of time and effort into that, so I'm gonna put it up anyway. And I've been reading comments where people feel like when they watch my videos, or you know, they like see me on Instagram or whatever, that it's like talking to a friend, that I try to talk like I would talk to a friend. And I can absolutely say that's exactly how this is. Like when I'm talking to you guys in vlogs, when I'm talking to you in videos, I am simply talking to you as though you are my friend. So I really hope that kind of comes across in that video. I'm literally just like, this is what I have on my Kindle, and I don't know shit about any of these because I really don't. There's a few of them where I made little notes that I just like forgot things about them, like couldn't think of the word, or a series that my husband was talking to me about that I couldn't remember the freaking like premise of or whatever. There's a lot of that in there, but yeah. But after I did all that last night, I just went to bed. So I didn't get a whole lot of reading done. I read quite a bit yesterday at work though. I am about, I don't know, like, I want to say almost half of the way through Orange, and I'm really liking it. And I don't know if it's because of the meds I'm on or what, but it like makes me so sad. Like, it's just such a sad manga. I was like texting my husband like, why didn't you tell me that Orange was literally the saddest thing I've ever read? And he kept saying, oh no, I told you. And I'm like, no you didn't tell me anything. But I'm hoping to finish this tonight. This is like my goal. I don't have any other goals besides finishing this because it is unfortunately the Browns play tonight and I work by myself up front, so it's probably going to be pretty busy, and I don't know if I'm going to have a whole lot of time to actually be able to read because, like I said, I'm the only person, so I actually have to work today. Oh no, first world problems. I can't read at work, but yeah, that's going to be it for this update. I'm going to try to get a little bit of reading done before I have to go into work, and then I will update you guys probably tomorrow morning, honestly. Like, I want to update you tonight, but it'll probably be tomorrow morning before work. I have to go home and pretty much immediately go to bed because I have to get up super early, so I will see you guys tomorrow. So I don't know how well this setup is going to work, but I'm working. I just got home from work and I'm working on stuff, but I wanted to check in with you guys. I just got home from work and I have a few books that I actually read today. Alright, so the first book that I finished was Orange, which made me absolutely bawl my eyes out and made me realize that I need to get the second one as soon as possible. I really like the little love storyline. I also like that they attempt to change the past from their future, essentially. Like, you eventually find out that every character was sent a letter to try to save the boy in the book, and I don't know, I just really like it. I thought it was super, super cute. The next book that I read, however, is probably my favorite thing that I read, and it's I Hear the Sunspot. This was a recommendation from Natalie from Pages and Panels, and it was so freaking cute. It follows two boys, Kohei, and Taichi. And Kohei is the one who is deaf, and they go to like a university together, and he feels kind of out of place, and he feels like he doesn't fit in, and then he meets Taichi, and they kind of develop a friendship, and then it sort of turns into something else. But the way that she described it is it's just super cute, like it's very pure, and it really is. I thought it was a really good book, also because it is kind of a love story and kind of not at the same time. It has really great deaf rep in it as well. I thought that was really, really cool. And it didn't seem forced or anything like that, but it was just super pure. And then the next book I finished is Your Name. These are all mangas, obviously, manga. But the next one I finished was Your Name, and it follows two characters. What are they? Mitsuha and Taki. Mitsuha is obviously the girl, Taki is obviously the boy, and she just one day decides, she's like, I wish I was a boy that, you know, a hot boy that lived in Tokyo, and I don't know why it happens, but they end up switching when they sleep, and for prolonged periods of time, at one time in the book, they switched for about a month, and I thought that was so cool, and then just like suddenly they didn't anymore, and that's like where it ended. So I really want to get the next one. I still really want to see the movie, but I think I want to read it before I see it because I feel like, I mean, most people are like that anyway, but I'm like really wanting to read it before I see it because I hear that it's absolutely wonderful. My husband has seen all of Orange and seen the movie for Your Name, so I'm really excited to see what I think of it. But that's going to be it for this update because it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up at 9:30 to go back to work until 11 p.m. So yeah, that's going to be it for this update. I'll try to update you guys in the car. I might lay down and try to read. If not, I'll figure something out, but I will see you guys in the morning. Hello and happy Friday? It's Friday, yeah. Hopping on here really quickly, like really quickly. I'm on a super short break from work right now, but I wanted to update you guys because I started a new book this morning and I am about 45 pages into it. I just started chapter 6. and I'm really liking it. I'm really shocked that I'm liking it, and I feel like this is going to be one of those books where I read the first one and then immediately read the second one. But it's Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. I'm really excited to read this. Sam from That Bookish Gamer has raved about it, and she said it made her cry and it made her laugh. And from what I've heard, it's like an 80s band, but like fantasy version, and I'm really excited to read it. I'll update you guys tonight when I get home of what I think of it, but so far I am hooked. I think the characters are funny. I think it's like also heartwarming at the same time. They're just a bunch of old guys that get back together to try to like save one of the band members' daughter, and I think that's really cool. And I'm pretty sure the second one actually follows that band member's daughter, so I'm even more excited to see kind of what happens in this one. But I'm really excited. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this update. I will definitely update you guys tonight. I just wanted to pop on here and say that I'm already just 45 pages in and pleasantly surprised about how much I am liking this. Hello, it is Sunday morning. I am back at work. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm here super early. I was going to go in and try to get some stuff cleaned and whatnot. I didn't intend on waking up this early. I had planned to sleep pretty late, but my husband actually rolled over at like 9:15 and was like, what time do you have to be awake at? And I was like, in 10 minutes. Like, why did you wake me up? So I'm up a little bit early. I got all my work done last night because I was feeling really nauseous yesterday, so I didn't stay for work. I actually just went home. I'm kind of taking advantage of the fact that if I'm like not feeling good, I'm leaving because it's summertime technically here, but school year starts the 15th. So by the time you guys see this, I'll be like well on my way to drowning in work. But enough of that. What we are here for is my reading update. I am about to read some more, but I'm going to update you guys now and then hopefully update you guys later when I get home, do my like little wrap up, because I don't know how much of this book I'm going to get to read this afternoon, but I do want to finish it because my husband actually wants to read it. I've convinced him to read it. I've basically begged him to read it because I want to talk to him about it because it seems like a book he's really going to like. But I'm still reading Kings of the Wild. I'm on page 167, and I have to say that these are some of the funniest characters I've ever interacted with in a book ever. I think that Nicholas does a really good job of making you find them kind of, funny, and I don't know, like there's a character named Moog who is the wizard of the group, and for two things. One, I want a grandpa like him because I have one grandpa and he's like super stern, but I really like the like trope of like the funny kooky old grandpa who does like really ridiculous things. And then also I imagine for some reason my husband as an old man, I imagine him like Moog as well. So I think maybe that's why I like him so much. But like I like Maddie, I like Clay. I just think that the story is freaking hilarious, and I want to talk to you guys kind of about like what I'm reading, but at the same time I don't want to like ruin it for you because there's so many like just randomly hilarious things that happen in this book. And like last night I wanted to say something, I wanted to like talk about a part with my husband, and he was like, you can't tell me all the funny parts or I'm not gonna get to experience them. And he's right, but I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's done really well. I think it's really funny, and I think a lot of people should read it. I like that there's so many mythological like beings and entities in this book as well. There's like dragons, wyverns, right now they're with a kobold, there are wraiths. I just think that it's really good. There's people called Druin, which don't exist in anything other than this book. It's something that Nicholas kind of created because there are like druids and there are like dark elves and like older elves, but Druin don't exist in like fantasy. So I do like that he's created another race, and the guy's name is Lastleaf. And I don't know, I'm really liking it. I'm gonna update you guys tonight and let you know because I'm like a third of the way through it right now. And I'm really loving it. Like, this is going to be another 5-star read. I know it's going to be a 5-star read. I can't wait to pick up The Bloody Rose. I'm probably going to pick that up right after I read this one because it's just that freaking good. But if you've been wondering whether or not you should read this, I absolutely think you should. I think it's a fucking hilarious, and it's really cute at the same time. Like, there's blood and violence and gore and like sex and hilarity, but it's also kind of like heartwarming because all the guys in this are like super freaking old. But I really like this so far, and I'm sad that I waited this long to read it. And I'm gonna link Sam's video up above, up here right now, so you guys can see her vlog for this book, because she read this I think like a month ago, and she asked me to read it with her, and I didn't, and God, I wish I had. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this update. I'm gonna go into work and get some cleaning done, but I will check in with you guys when I get home tonight. Hey guys, what is up? It is Monday afternoon, Monday morning. I am getting ready to sit down to edit this vlog, but I wanted to check in with the last little bit of update. If you can tell me what booktuber I am channeling with my sunnies on top of my head, 10 points to whatever Hogwarts house you're in. But, so, a little bit of an update. I went out this afternoon to kind of treat myself with some books. I actually only ended up buying one, and my husband bought the rest of them because he is pretty into like comics and manga and stuff, so we kind of focused on that a little bit today. We went to one of our very favorite stores, which is called The Laughing Ogre, which I really love. The only thing about them is they are a local store. They are a single store. It's not a chain or anything. It's just a gentleman here in Columbus who owns, it's like comic books, mangas, a bunch of different stuff. So we do really enjoy supporting them. It's just we have to have quite a bit of extra money to go and do that. But we did that, so I'm going to show you guys kind of what we picked up there. I'm amassing quite a bit of a collection at this point, and I'm so excited for some of the things that I got. But to talk to you guys about what I'm thinking of Kings of the Wild, I am now on page 223. It is the beginning of chapter 24. I love this. Like, it's not going to come as any surprise to you guys. I know this is going to be a 5-star read for me, and you guys will see this either in hopefully next week's vlog. You guys will see the wrap up of what I'm thinking of it. I just think the characters are done really well. I think the story is very interesting. I read somewhere online where someone said this is definitely a man's book, and I can kind of see that. People, I feel like, for me, if you're not really if you're just into like traditional fantasy, maybe you wouldn't necessarily like this, because it is kind of like a bro's book, like a dude's book, if that makes any sense. Like, there's a lot of dick jokes, there's a lot of like really raunchy humor and things like that, but I live for comedy like that. It is some of my favorite comedy, and I think for me the reason why I find it so much more funny in this book is because they're pretty old. They're quite old, except for one of the characters in the book, but I genuinely love it. I'm at a point where there's a lot of really interesting things happening. They're fighting this mythical creature, and I'm just really into it. And I was going to try to finish it last night, but it's kind of turning into a book that I don't really want to rush. So I am waiting to finish it, and my husband did pick up another book, or he got a book on his Kindle last night, or on his Nook. He has a Nook and I have a Kindle. It's kind of weird, but apparently on Nook now you can borrow Kindle, or you can buy Kindle books, so I think that's really cool. Just do like the Kindle app. So he got a book on there that he's reading. But that's what I'm thinking of the book. I will keep you guys updated in next week's vlog what I'm thinking of it. But for now, I'm going to get into all of the manga and comics that I purchased today. So my husband and I are eventually going to be doing a video together, like a sit-down talk video. I'm gonna try to see if he wants to film it with me on Wednesday, so hopefully next week you guys might see it. But we wanted to sit down and kind of talk about how to get into reading comics and mangas, because I am not a like long-term reader of it. You guys know most of my recommendations I get from friends online, primarily Natalie from Pages and Panels. I think she just is who I go to for that, because I feel like we have a lot of similar tastes in them. I've realized from her recommendations and me loving them and how she feels about them that pretty much with her I can be guaranteed that I'm going to like it. But Joe, my husband, he has been reading comics and mangas for a very long time, and he kind of has insight on maybe how to get into it, how to find out kind of where to start, like just a little bit of help. So we wanted to sit down and kind of do that. Also, we wanted to focus on, obviously he is a man, I am a woman, and I feel like sometimes the reading experience for comics and mangas, or really books in general, can be kind of divided between male and female. I feel like a woman, sometimes I feel like when I walk into a comic book store, or like, you know, I go to purchase manga or something, and I feel like whoever is helping me is kind of a little bit weary about it because I'm a woman. I noticed today when I went in with my husband, it was a little less judgy in a way, which kind of sucks, but maybe that's all in my head, I don't know. But we just wanted to sit down and kind of talk to you guys about that, because somebody actually asked if we could do a video on that, and I asked my husband if he would like to kind of just have like we'll just sit down and talk about it and see kind of what we think about it. But I'm going to show you guys the books that I got in this haul. I'm going to stop rambling about things that don't really matter. Alright, so the first book that I got is a comic book, and I'm really excited to read this. I just know that this is, I guess, like all about females? I'm kind of confused. This is a book that my husband said I should read because he thinks that I would like it. Other people have recommended it to me. I think it's more of a mostly about females, like females kind of run the world sort of thing. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Comics never really say much about it. All it says is, are you non-compliant? Do you fit in your box? Are you too fit? Are you too fat, too thin, too loud, too shy, too religious, too secular, too proud, too prudish, too sexual, too queer, too black, too brown, too whatever it is they'll judge you for today? You may just belong on Bitch Planet. This is a comic I've been seeing going around. Like I said, a lot of people have recommended to me. I'm not the biggest fan of the artwork, but I'm not necessarily like completely against the artwork. That is a set of boobies. Oh my god, that is a lot of set of boobies. Okay, this is apparently a very MA comic, but I don't know much about this, but I just know that my husband says I'm gonna like it, and I'm probably absolutely 100% going to like it. Now the rest of these I'm not gonna go too much in depth on the manga, because a few of these I don't know a whole lot about, but they're either from authors that I really enjoy, or I know a tiny bit about them, or they're series that I'm already currently reading. So the first one I have here is, again, this is by Mitsuru Kubo. This is the author who did Yuri on Ice, and if you guys don't know, I am 100% Yuri trash. I love, love, love Yuri on Ice. It's one of my very, very favorite animes ever. But I know that this is about a kid who goes to a new school and people kind of judge him because he looks like he may be shifty or whatever. But it says, but after an accidental fall down the stairs, Kenshiro wakes up 3 years in the past on his first day of high school. So it's kind of cool. So I guess he gets to relive high school again to kind of see what he's thinking of. The next one that I have here, I just saw and read and thought that it sounded absolutely adorable. It follows our main character Nishiro, which he transfers to a new school. He meets Sanada, a loner who doesn't seem to have friends or want any. The other kids whisper that Sanada keeps to himself because he's secretly gay, but rather than scare Nishiro away, the rumor only makes him more interested. He sets out on a campaign to win over the surly Sanada, embarking on a surprising friendship. I saw this and was like, this sounds so adorable, but it's called That Blue Sky Feeling. This just sounds really fluffy and adorable, and I kind of have been liking like male-male romances in manga, which I guess is called, oh my god, what's it called? Yaoi, I think is what it's called. I'm kind of into yaoi, I guess. I think I just for some reason like that. I like romance in manga a lot. And then the next one I got is the third volume of one that I've already read. I've read the first one. There should be a review up by the time you guys see this, or maybe not. I'm gonna try to write it, but it's Your Name Volume 3. I did order the second one from Book Depository, so I'm waiting for the second one to come in before I read this one, obviously. But this is about two kids that when they dream, sometimes they switch bodies, and in the first one, they switch bodies for like anywhere up to like a month, which I think is really cool. So that is the third one from that. And then the next one I got is actually one of my husband's very, very favorite animes is Bakemonogatari, which is like from what I've heard, it's like a fantasy anime, which is something that my husband really genuinely enjoys, but I feel like I remember him saying there's like a bit of fan service in there, which I think is absolutely hilarious in animes as well. So I did get the first 3 of this. I got Monster Tale Part 1, 2, and 3, and I have to say, these are really freaking gorgeous. I don't know what it is about the art style for this. Apparently the art style in the anime is also really good. These are not mangas, however. These are light novels, which are not necessarily, they're not manga, but they're not necessarily like full books in a way, I guess. They are books that are written based on either anime or manga. So I did get these as well. My husband got them for me. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this. I just know that it's one of his very favorites, so I wanted to read it. But yeah, that is what I got. That is going to be the end of this vlog. I am going to, there's a shelf here, which I don't know if you guys can really see. It has my boys on it. It has my BTS boys on it. And I'm actually going to move all my manga over there because this shelf, I don't know if you guys can see it, right somewhere over here there's a shelf that it's kind of like out of frame where I keep all of my comic books, and the shelf right above that is where I have a few manga, but I have a little bit of a collection going now, so I think what I want to do is kind of separate it because I don't really want to move my shelves down, and I do need a little bit more room for other books that I have that are coming in, because I did a bit of a haul outside of this, like, I don't know. I'm debating on doing like a full video for the whole haul or not, but yeah, so I need to reorganize that, and I need to clean, and I need to sit down and edit this vlog, and I'm getting coffee with a friend tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that, but I don't know, I'm just like kind of stressing out, but trying to stay positive and just get everything done. But as you guys are seeing this, this is the clothes that I'm wearing, this is what I'm doing, this is my life right now at the moment that you guys are seeing it, because today is Monday. But I'm going to end this vlog here so that I can start next week's vlog, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm sorry it's kind of all over the place. I'm trying to vlog as much as possible, but at the same time still vlog about content that I guess like people actually want to see. But that's gonna be it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys had a good week, and I hope you guys have a good week this week moving forward, and I will see you guys in Wednesday's video. Bye!